Today we've got a tutorial for you. My buddy Chris is going to cover note for note the solo for Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. You know, sometimes when you're looking to cover a solo online on YouTube, you just can't find one, or they kind of skim through it. So Chris is going to break it down note for note for you guys, because sometimes it's just difficult to find. Well, we got it here for you today, so check it out. Take it away, Chris.
Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to play the outro solo to Sweet Emotion. I've seen a lot of folks, there's not been much coverage on how to play this note for note. So I actually found a guy who was playing it accurately and then slowed it down and transcribed it myself. So hopefully I'm going to do this super slow so you can take your time and you can learn how to do it too. It's not that hard. It's pretty fast. And that's kind of the part that makes it a little bit difficult, but I'm going to play it super slow, and then working it up to speed is something I'm still working on myself, to tell you the truth. But anyway, after the big pounding drums, right, after they've repeated the verse, I've repeated the rhythm there at the very end, the break point in the song right before the outro starts. After the pounding drums go, this is the first thing you're going to hear. It's going to be two low notes on the low E, and then you're going to put your fingers on the G string on the 7th, right, and the D string on the 8th. You're going to keep those two locked in like that, and you're just going to be hammering on the D string on the 9th. So it's like this. It's 2 on the low E, right? Yeah, I'm going to move myself over here. 2. So it's, all right, so that's the first part of the riff, right? It's just going to be 2 on the low E, and then it's going to be, so, okay, then after that, you're going to fly down to over here, and this is going to be a repeated theme in this song. You're going to be people going down to the 2nd and the 3rd and doing a similar kind of pull off, all right? So again, it starts off, and then you're going to drop down here, and you're going to do a pull off on the G string from the 3rd to the 2nd and land on the D on the 2nd. That's simple, right? Just pull off the 3rd and the 2nd on the G. All right, so far we've got, all right, so, and you're going to end on the open D there, I should say, right? So it's, all right, and then you're just going to repeat that again, but you're going to do a different bend this time. So it's, then you're just going to, you're already here, your finger's on the 9th fret on the G, you're just going to pull that down. All right, so putting that together, it's, all right, and then you're going to do it again. Then it's, then up here, you're going to jump. You're going to bend it one note. You're trying to hit this tone. So, all right, so let's do that all together. So it's, sorry. Okay, so that's basically how this part starts. And this part is barely audible. It's really the first thing that Perry's doing after, going into the bridge, going into the outro. So again, we'll do that slow. It's 2 down on the E. Then, it's all right. I'm going to quiet that E. You can leave it droning, but I'm going to quiet so you can hear what I'm doing better. One more time. Okay, then after that, you're going to go straight into a super easy double stop, okay? You're simply going to put your, your fingers over here on the 15th and the 14th fret, okay? So it's 14th on the B and 15th on the E, and you're just going to pluck both strings, the high strings, and you're just going to do a quick slide. So that's the sound you're going for. So you're going to pluck down on both strings, or you can hit up on them. Hit them both at the same time. But it's going to be in this rhythm. And you're going to roll down. So it's... All right. And then you're going to come back down to Old Faithful down here and do this pull off again. And hit up on those two high E strings again, right? So that whole riff goes like this. And then you're gonna do it one more time. All right, so let's go through the whole thing one more time, okay? So it's again. Let me try to do it clean, sorry. Think of that as kind of the intro to the outro, okay? Then you're going to jump up here in the 14th and the 15th. Again, remember the 14th is on the B, the 15th is on the E, okay? And you're gonna do that rhythm. Slide back down, and it's Old Faithful. But you're gonna come up on those high E strings, so the high E and B. So, and then you're gonna come up here and do it again. Okay, so that I would practice that and get all that down. Then you're gonna, after you do it the second time, you're gonna go into probably what is the hardest part, but I'm gonna make it super slow, all right? So right now I would practice just this, just get this down. Right? Okay, now we're going to what we'll call part 2 of the solo, right? You're going to do all this in the pentatonic box. It's actually an Ionian variation of the pentatonic box, but you're going to be on the 12th fret, all right? After you hit that second round of that double stop that we've been doing, right? You're going to jump right into this high E, and you're going to hold that bend. So it's the high E on the 12th, and you're going to bend up the B on the 15th. Okay, so that's the first part. So putting it together, it's going to be, right? And then after that hold, it's going to get kind of fast, but we're going to go slow. So after, then you're going to go, you're going to go B on the 12th. So it's kind of, you're going to roll your finger a lot in this part. You're going to start on the B on the 12, and then you're going to put on the 14, you're going to be on the G. So, and then you're going to land on the high E on the 12th. So it's, all right. So again, it's, right. All right, let's do that. So it's, Okay, then we're going to play a variation of that where you're going to push up that G string again and on the 14th and then roll up on the B and the E. This is kind of a Chuck Berry thing. So, all right, so you're pushing up the G and then you're hitting the B and just rolling down to E. Right? All right, so putting it together, right, that's what we got so far, right? So, all right, now we're going to go to this. All right, so it's going to be the B on the 15th, then the G on the 14th, and then you're going to be on the 12th on the B and the G. So and you're going to do that twice, all right? So putting it all together, it's going to be all right, so again, it's all right, then we're going to start to do some more rolls. It's going to go like this. We're going to push up the G, but it's really two notes. It's push, it's pick it, push up, and come down. So this part's kind of subtle because you're kind of rolling back and forth, but you're doing a lot with that G bend, all right? So again, I think repetition will help. So it's then we're going to repeat this. Then we're going to roll the G. Okay, so it's you pick the G and pull it up, but hold it and bring it down. So it's two notes, one and then down here to the 12th, then onto the D, then roll to the G. You're rolling from the G to the D here a lot. So the lick is, right? All right, so putting it all together, it's all right, let's do that one more time. All right, and then we're gonna just play the same thing, just a little bit in reverse. Okay, if you can get through this part that I just showed you, that is the hardest part of this whole solo, all right? Because it's hard to do that at speed. I'm still working on that myself, all right? But putting it together again, it's all right, then after that, you're going to grab on the 15, the B, and you're going to push that up. I'm sorry, the E. So you're going to push up the E on the 15. Sorry. Okay, so let me put it together. Here we go. All right, so you're gonna push that E up and hold that, which you need kind of a break just to sustain. Okay, so it's just you're on the 15th, pushing it up. Okay, and then you're going to do a flick off, or you're going to pull off 12 to the 15, 12 to the 15. I'm sorry. You're going to pull off the B on the 15. Okay, so it's okay, and then you're going to pull up on this G again. Okay, so putting it together, it's like this. Sorry. All right, so again, one more time. Sorry. Right then. Sorry. All right, so again, it's up with the G. All right. Like that, then, right? And then you're going to repeat this again, but we're going to cut it off and go into something different so it doesn't get repetitive. So you're going to push that G up again. Right now, before we did this, we did, but instead of doing that, we're going to do something else. We're going to cut it off and get into a different thing, which is what makes it accelerate. So we're going to go, then we're going to switch. We're going to do a hammer on two of those. So it's on the G. You're hammering down on the G, the 12th, the 13th, and then the D on the 14th. All right, so putting it all together again, trying to build this one part at a time, right? It's right then. Then this part. All right, so just go through that a couple of times, right? All right, once you get to that, the rest of it's pretty easy, okay? So after you hit this, you're gonna go, took me a minute to remember that. Sorry that. So after you do this, you're gonna roll your finger from the G to the B. And then, so B to G. So again, it's then G on the D, right? Sorry. All right, so it's your roll, you're going on the G, it's the 12, 13, and then landing on the 14 on the D. Two of those. Sorry. Then you're starting here on the B, rolling to the, on the 12th, rolling to the G. And then just you're doing the G pull up on the 14. Right? You're pulling off from the 14 to the 12th on the G. And landing on the D. So again, it's so let's put it together at that point, right? So it's okay, the new part. You're just going to do a simple double stop, right, on the D and the G, and pull up the B on the 15, but bend it to the right tone, which is this. So right, and then you're just going to do a bar on the 14th, and then roll down. So you're going to roll back and forth with a bar chord from the 14th to the 12th, all the way down, right? So it's that's the rhythm, all right? All right, so putting it all together, it's all right, that's it. That is the hardest part. If you can do that, the rest is easy, okay? There is more, okay? But we're gonna be on different parts of the neck now. Doing this part in the 12th fret is the hardest part. I would say practice this. Getting this down to speed is something I'm still trying to do myself. Again, we'll go here though. All right, then we'll move down here. It's our old faithful down here again. You're just gonna do the pull off the G again and land on the D. And then come up on the E. Okay. Okay, so going back from this part, I'll just go from here, right? So, right? All right, that's that classic Perry sound, right? And then you're just going to do kind of an Ionian slight variation on a pentatonic here, okay? So it's, then this is real simple. You're going to start over here on the B. So it's open, then the third, then open E. So it's basically open on the B, then hammer down on the third on the B, and then open on the E, and then land on the second fret on the E. It's a weird bend. Not many people bend that string, but Perry does, right? Okay, so it goes. All right. I'm sorry. So get that sound down, right? So it's open on the B, then hammer down on the third on the B, then open up on the E, and then bend that second fret on the E, but it's two notes. You bend up and down, and then open, right? So it goes Sorry. I'm sorry. Then. Okay. And then you're going to do a pull off on the B string from the third setting. So open 3-2 off. All right. It's a pretty simple lick compared to everything else we've been doing, but you know, you want to get that classic, you know, Perry sound. So it's okay, and actually you're going to leave this note out. I'm putting it down there so you can see how that scale resolves, okay? But we're actually going to jump into something else because that's what keeps the song exciting, is that it keeps it accelerating into the next movement. But that would be the full pattern if you were going to do the whole thing. It won't kill you to put that note in, but it'll put more pressure to get to the next part. Okay, so again, after you're coming off here, it's... Okay, you're landing on that D on the fourth fret with a little bit of vibrato, right? So it's up on the 2, right? So this is an easy thing to mess up, right? You're pulling off the B string from the third to the second. And then you're going to hammer again down on that second one and pull it off again. So, and then you're just hitting the open G and then hammering on the first fret and then landing on the D on the second. Right? So the whole thing is right? That is that classic Aerosmith sound right there. So you got to get that riff right. If you don't get that right, it's not going to sound authentic. You got to keep that blue note in, okay? Okay, after that, we're going to jump up here to almost wrap this up. So now we're going to go on the 12th fret again, but we're going to play down, you know, down neck instead of up neck. So you're going to hit the E on the 12th, at the 12th, right? E, and then you're going to do this roll again from the B to the E, but at the 9th. So it's going to be... All right, so it's E on the 12th, then on the 9th, it's B to E. Right? And then you're gonna push up on that G. I'm sorry. Up. All right. Let me say it right now. So it's E, then B, E, then back here on the G on the 12th. So it's a slide. You're going to slide from the 12 down to the 11 and land on the 9 on the G. So it's and then bend it. All right, so the whole riff is and it resolves right there. All right, so again, it's E on the high on the E, and then B, E, and you're gonna slide on the G from the 12 to the 11, land on the 9, and then bend up at the 11. So it's 2 notes. All right, you're gonna bend up and down, only picking it once. So. All right, then we're gonna start climbing again. We're gonna go over here. This is this weird Ionian note again. We're gonna slide from the 11th into the 9th. Right, so na, da, da. And then we're going to do this climb up, which is just all right, so it's all right. So again, when you're coming off this, then it's up here. No, that's not how it goes. Okay, it goes. And just land right there on the E. All right, so again, it's and then we're almost home and done with this whole solo. Okay, so again, it's all right, then up here. All right, and then the very last part is just, right? So you're just bending that B at the 15th up. So you're so basically you're bending at the 15th up and you're landing on the 12th on the B. And then you're on the B still, but you're bending instead of the 15th to 14th. So it's then 14th. Then you're on the G, 14. It's that roll again, right? So that's really the whole thing, right? So it's B. So you're landing on that D. So and you can, if you want to add some excitement, bend a bit. Before you repeat that again, then roll down. And then you're home. It's just a power E. G. A. All right, and that is the whole solo. Sorry it took 33 minutes to do that, but again, the very last part is right. And up here. All right, then. And here. And then down. All right, good luck with that.
There you have it. Great tutorial from Chris. So let me be clear. Our goal here with Beginner Guitar Junkies is not to become guitar instructors. providing tutorials. However, we are willing to do that when we find a difficult time trying to find an accurate lesson out there that will at least offer the song, all the guitar parts, including the solo. And when you can't find them, you got to figure it out yourself. Well, we're creating the shortcut for you. So hopefully it helps. Like and subscribe. All right, it's all about the journey. And if we can help you guys, hey, it's a bonus. It's a win-win. Get those reps. Peace.